Imagine waking up to a world where the U.S. is no longer the shot caller in global affairs. Sounds wild, right? But that's exactly what's happening right now. 10 nations, some of them longtime allies, are walking away from America's grip and shaking hands with BRICS instead. Why? Because they're fed up. Fed up with debt traps, dollar dominance, and being told how to play the game. This isn't just a diplomatic drama. It's a full-blown power shift. And the real kicker? Most people have no idea it's happening. But you do now. And what you're about to discover might just flip everything you thought you knew about the world economy on its head. Let's face it, 2025 isn't just another year on the calendar. It's a front-row seat to one of the boldest geopolitical shakeups in modern history. Countries are no longer whispering about leaving U.S. influence. They're packing their bags and heading straight into the arms of BRICS. Think of it like watching old friends unfollow each other in slow motion. But instead of Instagram, it's the global economy on the line. De-dollarization is no longer a concept reserved for academics. It's unfolding in boardrooms and state halls across the world. And if you're curious to uncover how financial sovereignty and foreign investments are rewriting the playbook, stick around. And hey, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you're always one step ahead in this global game. Argentina didn't just walk away from U.S. influence. It stormed out the front door. After years of wrestling with IMF conditions and a crumbling peso, the country made a bold leap into BRICS. Now, with trade shifting to Chinese yuan and Russian rubles, Argentina's making moves toward true financial sovereignty. It's not just economic, it's ideological, rejecting decades of perceived manipulation in favor of new economic alliances. And the best part? This is just the opening act of a much bigger geopolitical story. What Ethiopia did in 2025 wasn't just smart, it was revolutionary. Tired of waiting for crumbs from Western institutions, the country sealed a $12 billion development deal with BRICS, bypassing the usual U.S.-driven strings. That's not just a contract, that's a declaration of independence. By ditching austerity demands and embracing infrastructure projects through foreign investments from China and Russia, Ethiopia is championing a new era of de-dollarization across Africa. And trust me, this ripple is about to become a wave. If this journey through rising global powers is expanding your worldview, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights just like this. For decades, Egypt stood as a pillar in America's Middle East strategy, until it didn't. In 2025, it pivoted, joined BRICS, and opened the floodgates to economic alliances beyond the West. China's funneling investments into the Suez Canal, and Russia's aiding nuclear expansion, without the usual U.S. oversight. Egypt's new path isn't just financial, it's symbolic, boldly stepping away from dependency and toward economic autonomy. This isn't rebellion, it's reinvention. And Egypt isn't the only one rewriting the rules. The UAE's move wasn't just calculated, it was genius. When a top oil power like this starts pricing energy exports in non-dollar currencies, you better believe that shakes the pillars of U.S. influence. But they didn't stop there. With a $10 billion contribution to the BRICS Bank and a push for digital currency innovation, the UAE positioned itself as a fintech gateway. De-dollarization here isn't theory, it's policy. What happens when Dubai becomes the new face of international finance? Indonesia was done waiting for broken trade promises. As Southeast Asia's biggest economy, it jumped headfirst into BRICS. Because why cling to outdated economic partnerships when you can ride the wave of multipolar opportunity? Settling trade in local currency and securing $2 billion in green energy funding, Indonesia sent a clear message. Financial sovereignty is the future. And with 67% public approval backing the shift, this isn't just a government move, it's a national awakening. Now imagine what happens when more Asian economies follow suit. Sanctions were meant to isolate Iran, but 2025 flipped the script. By trading oil in yuan and rupees, Iran essentially dodged the financial bullets fired its way. Now, it's not just about selling oil. It's about defying U.S. influence and embracing economic alliances through BRICS. Joint naval drills and military ties with Russia and China are tightening that bond. Iran's making it clear. If you can't break the rules, change the game. And the players lining up to join? Let's just say this club's getting exclusive. Nobody expected it, but Mexico's leaning toward BRICS turned heads worldwide. With President Claudia Sheinbaum championing diversification and lithium trade discussions heating up, it's clear that Mexico isn't playing small. Nearly 60% of its people back reduced U.S. dependency. Proof that economic alliances aren't just political moves, they're public mandates. And if Mexico's shift shakes North America, just imagine what it does to the entire balance of power in the Western Hemisphere. Now, this was the earthquake. Saudi Arabia joining BRICS and pricing oil in yuan and rupees didn't just challenge the petrodollar. It cracked its foundation. As foreign investments pour in from China and Russia, U.S. influence is waning fast. And let's not forget the military cooperation and Belt and Road billions redefining Riyadh alliances. For the U.S., this isn't just a geopolitical loss, it's a red flag. So what happens when energy markets no longer bow to the dollar? Brazil isn't following the BRICS wave, it's steering it. A founding member with President Lula at the helm, Brazil's deepening its commitment to local currency trade and launching development projects across South America. Its push for de-dollarization and financial sovereignty is shaking up long-standing institutions like the IMF. Infrastructure, connectivity, and green energy are on the rise, all backed by foreign investments from BRICS partners. The message is loud and clear. The Global South is done waiting for permission. South Africa didn't just host a BRICS summit, it ignited a movement. With groundbreaking de-dollarization strategies and bold visions of a shared BRICS currency, it's rallying the entire African continent toward a new economic future. The days of waiting on Western aid and conditional loans are fading fast. Now, regional trade in local currencies is gaining steam, and the world's watching. Because when Africa starts setting the rules, everyone else has to listen. And trust me, you'll want to be paying attention. So now you know, while most are still caught up in headlines, you just uncovered the real story behind one of the biggest global shifts of our time. Feels good, right? That sense of being ahead of the curve, of understanding what's really going on behind the scenes. That's not by accident. Knowledge like this isn't for everyone. It's for those who seek, who question, who dig deeper. And let me ask you, what else don't we know? What other silent moves are reshaping the world right under our noses? One thing's certain. The path to being smarter, sharper, and more prepared starts with insights like these. So if you're ready to keep learning, to keep growing, and to stay 3 steps ahead of the rest, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. There's a world of knowledge waiting, and you're already part of the few who see it.